up gang, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking the Kingsong S20 out for its full range test. Now when I say full range test, this is going to be the fullest range test we can do. Our service manager has adjusted the charger to get the most volts out of it, because the chargers were coming with only doing about 124. We've managed to get the S20 up to 125 volts this morning, so it's sitting around the 97-98% battery capacity. Now today's ride is not going to be trying to get the worst case scenario. Speedy Feet has done a couple of awesome videos already showing worst case scenario with on-road, off-road, and really pushing the wheel hard. Today's video, we're going to try and achieve an average distance or an average range. So we're going to sit between 25-30 kilometers per hour. There'll be a few hills we need to go over the Gateway Bridge. There'll be a little bit of off-roading, and we're obviously going to try to avoid any flooded areas as it's still quite wet here in Brisbane. Now, being that I expect it to be a reasonably long day, I've had a nice Weet-Bix breakfast, I've had my coffee, I'm fueled, the wheel is charged up, so let's hit the road and let's go. Now, we're doing a little bit low-tech today. I'm not using a wireless microphone because I think the wireless mic will probably go flat before we finish the range test. So we just got the GoPro Hero 10 with the Wind Slayer on. It should do an okay job. We're also really hoping all this weather stays away. Now let me tell you about the conditions of today's ride. We are looking at around 24 degrees. I'll put the Fahrenheit on the screen. My rider weight is, what is my rider weight? 101 kilos, maybe 102 with the jacket and all the pads on and the knee pads. And as I mentioned, we're gonna sit on 25 to 30 kilometers per hour. A little bit of a headwind, but nothing major. Now one point I should mention, this is actually a brand new unit. This is the second unit we received for testing. So we haven't cracked that 10 kilometer margin yet. So it still beeps at 30 kilometers. So if you hear it beeping, you know why. I hope this weather stays dry. It's looking pretty grey, but I'm confident that if we do get rain, it'll only be a sprinkle. That beep is annoying. I hope it goes away soon. Alright guys, first 10 kilometer check in. The S20 is going really well, super comfortable. The battery's showing at 88%, so just remember it wasn't quite 100% due to that charger, only charging at 125 volts, but I think it's still going very well. We had a decent hill going over the Gateway Bridge. Now we've got some pretty flat riding to go all the way into the city. So let's keep going, we'll check in at 20k. Okay, so all my usual paths are actually closed today because of the flooding. So we've just come up a really steep hill above Felons, which is the local bar and cafe and that sort of area down here. So we've come up that hill basically there. Now we're going across the Story Bridge down to Kangaroo Point, and then we're going to carry along the other side of the river. It's going really well so far, but we'll still check in at 20k and I'll probably stop for a cup of coffee. All right guys, so that is 20 kilometers down. The S20 is going extremely well, as you would expect. We're sitting at 83% battery, so it's hanging in there really nicely. Had a couple of hills so far, nothing major. Probably around the first one, the Gateway Bridge, is around probably 12%. The second one was a little bit steeper, probably 16-17%, but it was just long and steady, so probably about 800 meters long. So 83%, 20 kilometers in, still quite warm. It's gone up a couple of degrees. It's at around 27 degrees now. I'll put the Fahrenheit on the screen. I'm just going to stop for a coffee for 5 minutes and then we're going to keep going. I tell you, the biggest problem so far is actually not going too fast. this thing just cruises beautifully at like 35, 40, 45, 50. And I keep realizing I'm going too fast for the type of range test I'm trying to do. We're coming into the city now, so it will slow down a little bit. So I reckon we'll be around the 20, 25. But when we get out of the city again, we'll have some more bursts. Guys, 30-kilometer check-in and we are on 71% battery. The wheel's still going fantastic. We're going to keep going and we'll check in again at 40. Here we go. Gang, and that is 40 kilometers with 63% battery left, but the wheel is still going really nicely. No foot fatigue yet, surprisingly, after 40k. These pedals really do a nice job of ride comfort. So we're going to keep going. We're going to find a way to get back onto the other side of the river because lots of paths are closed, and then we're going to start heading back towards eRiders HQ. We're closing in on 50 kilometers, but it is starting to rain, so we're gonna keep going. I might stop and get a coffee if it gets too heavy though. Check in at 50k. All right guys, that is 50 kilometers and we've got 51% of the battery remaining. Same story as before. The wheel is going really nice, super comfortable. I have discovered one flaw though, and it's not with the wheel. I'm so used to wearing my half shell helmet. I've got a coffee, I can't drink it. I need a straw. I know, first world problems. All right, let's keep going. We're heading back towards eRiders HQ now. We should make it, 51%. I think it'll probably start giving tilt back around 30%. B just flew in my helmet. So let's keep going and we'll check in at 60. One little update I have to tell you. We're heading back towards eRiders and it's a massive headwind. So take that into account, but I'll also remind you at the end that will massively affect the range. And here comes the rain as well. It is like sleety, fine, stingy rain. All right gang, 60 kilometer check-in. The feet are starting to get a bit sore now, if I'm being very honest. 60 kilometers in, we've got 41% battery. I think we have just enough to get back to eRiders. Let's keep going before the rain hits again. Second to last check-in, we've just passed 70 kilometers. We're on the other side of the Gateway Bridge now. The battery is down at 34%. I'm not getting any pedal tilt back yet, but I suspect it's coming very soon. Got my first speed beep. It was under load and I was on 40 kilometers per hour and I got a little beep beep beep. So we're definitely getting towards the end of the range test.
A few moments later.
We've just experienced the extreme pedal tilt back. So we were going along at about 22 kilometers per hour and it started beeping and it's done this extreme tilt back. So let's just end the ride there. Pretty good result. I'm just going to push finish and then we'll do the summary. So that's the end of the range test on the Kingsong S20. Man, what a ride. I had an absolute blast. It actually went a little bit further than I thought. That is the biggest or the longest range test I've ever done. I am used to e-skates, however, but I think 77.3 kilometers is a fantastic result. Now let's really quickly look at the factors and see why or how we achieved that number. Now just a reminder, my riding weight was 102 kilos today with gear on. I aimed to sit on an average speed of between 25 and 30, but I feel like I was going a lot faster than that most of the time. We did stop for a few coffees and so on. Now we were going to follow the river the whole way into the city, but because of all the floods and all the road closures, we had to take a lot more hills. So there was a lot of hill climbing on this ride as well. A total of 405 meters of elevation. And don't forget, we did not start with 100% battery because of those pre-production charges. So we started at around 97% battery. And lastly, of course, that massive headwind. And it's a massive headwind. So take that into account, but I'll also remind you at the end that will massively affect the range. All the way back from the city. This was extreme wind. I wish I had some way to show you or tell you, but you saw the footage, you could probably hear it, I'm guessing as well. That was a good 15, 20 kilometers of just non-stop, quite aggressive headwind. So in summary, I do believe the 77.3 kilometers is a fantastic result when you take into account all of those factors. The wheel performed flawlessly. Like, I'm talking, it was an absolute pleasure. And I think because it is so smooth and it went so well, my average speed was a lot higher than what I intended. And I think my top speed that I achieved was 50 kilometers per hour. So that's the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to eRider's YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got lots of really cool content coming out in the very near future. And also comment down below with your feedback, your thoughts on this result, but also tell us what wheel should we range test next. But until the next video, don't forget to ride, recharge, and repeat.